Greetings from YogaKshema. We learned what being mindful was all about. Essentially, it's a way to overcome fear by not looking at the past in a regretful manner, nor the future with anxiety. It's also about focusing on the present moment in a non-judgmental and non-critical manner. Being mindful also means many other things. Being mindful is accepting the reality as it is and not wanting the reality as we would like it to be, especially when the reality cannot be changed. This pandemic is a very good example to understand this. However much we wish or think for the epidemic to go away, is it possible for the epidemic to stop spreading? The fact of the matter is, COVID has been declared by WHO as a pandemic, and we need to accept this and understand its seriousness and follow the guidelines put forth by the WHO, not out of fear, but with full awareness. Yes, the reality of the pandemic may evoke many emotions, including fear, anxiety, anger, hate, contempt, spite in many people. The first line of thinking could be negative for many people because of the negativity bias that each and every one of us have innately. Negativity bias, which is hardwired in all of us, is a tendency of humans to be impacted much more by negative events, thoughts, feelings, memories, and experiences than the positive ones. This bias is a result of adaptive evolutionary function. And this negativity bias can influence how we feel, think, and act. And it can also have some less than desirable effects on our health. This bias is what prevents us to come out of our fear and other negative emotions. Not only that, this bias is what prevents us to be grateful. Ultimately, this bias is what prevents us to look at things in a positive way and to be happy. If that is so, then how do we overcome this bias? Neuroscience says we can overcome this bias only through knowledge. Knowledge or self-awareness about having this bias is the first step in accepting these negative emotions and acknowledging these emotions. The next step is to replace these negative emotions with positive thoughts through reasoning and with conscious effort. Just replacing with positive thoughts is not going to be enough. They have to be followed by positive feelings and, more importantly, positive actions. What do I mean by that? It is not replacing the negativity with false positive notions, such as coronavirus will not affect me as I am a young person, or that the virus can be magically wished away. False positive thoughts are also negative. Overcoming the bias could be as simple as focusing on the actual positive acts happening around us, all the way from the international level to our community level. Let us focus on all the precautionary measures that are being taken at international levels, on the essential workers who have put their lives and families at stake just so many of our lives are not further disrupted. Can we also start focusing on the medical personnel who are working with utmost diligence and compassion at times like this? This way of overcoming the bias is analogous to focusing on the silver lining in the dark clouds. I would like you all to reflect on these as I sign off. Can we be more grateful under these circumstances? And as we are conquering the epidemic battle, can we conquer ourselves in the process? Take care and Godspeed.